night
classic.
game. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The ultimate heavyweight clash of the AFC East. The ultimate dynasty, the New England Patriots versus Timmy Mallett. Hi guys, the New York Jets. In comes Timmy the retard to play a quarterback. Oh no, they played Flacco instead. Where was this fucking high school retard I was promised? I was promised I would get some special needs kid from college to play. No, they bring in fucking special needs Flacco instead, who's this old man. He's like, I'm Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, right, has now become that guy. He's like, I was a Super Bowl champion once. Yeah, whatever you say, Granddad, go away. And he was. But now, like, he's just, and just, what really fucking is amazing is he actually played really fucking well tonight. Really well. We're recording this after the game.
Yes.
Well,
Joe
actually.
Flacco.
He will never have another good game like this. I reckon that was his last good game.
You think he's done?
Well, he's back up for Sam Darnold, okay, who, to be fair, is explosive. Mostly explosive diarrhea, but he's explosive nonetheless. This was actually a really competitive game. Can we just say, both of us pretty much had said Cam Newton needs to be benched or sit him or, he's done. And he comes out, and I know it's against the Jets, so it's hard for me to get too excited, but he had a very, very good game. I mean, literally, until about 2 minutes into the second half, he had no incompletions. He completed every one of his passes. And people will say, yeah, well, a lot of them were safe. He rectified what the biggest problems were for the last few games. Ball safety.
Mm-hmm.
He was so safe with the ball. He didn't cough it up like he normally does. He had one error, and he got super lucky in the fourth quarter, where he rolled out to make a run, to run into the end zone. He slipped, and he fell over. And I thought, oh, fuck's sake. I just thought, yeah, that's going to be what wins the game. And then, so they go for a field goal. And what do the Jets do? They line up 12 for their field goal unit. You can't write that shit. 12 men. And even the Monday night guys as well, especially Greasy. He's having a great time. He's like, look, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's like, you fucking twats. You absolute twats. Do you know what they are the equivalent of? It's when you go to a nursery and you think, how is my son doing? Is he adapting well to education in nursery school? And he's the retard kid who's trying to put the square in the circle hole, like, that's the Jets, okay? The retarded kid that can't put a round peg in a round hole because they're too busy trying to get a triangle into a square or a square into a triangle, excuse me. That's retarded in its own right. So, you know what? And it's just, they play well and they still lose. That's the best game they played all season by some margin. What does it say about the Patriots that they beat them?
By a 50-yard field goal.
To be fair, Patriots, right? You haven't got your dynasty quarterback. You're missing your dynasty tight end. He's moved as well. Julian Edelman's injured. So you want it. They had, I think it's 6 players opted out due to COVID. Very good players too. James White in and out with injuries. Harris they've got nothing. They've got literally nothing. The McCoys, that's about all they've got on defense. And even they were like, Jesus Christ, mate, like we can't stop all of this. They've got nothing. I'd like to have seen Cam Newton with the full complement of players that were available last season. And I think he'd be all right. And you know what? I will say one thing. Cam Newton, they spent $1 million. $1 million. It's nothing. It's peanuts for the quarterback position. If it doesn't work out, they have lost a fuck all. Are you tired, Jeremy? If it doesn't work out, they've lost fuck all. If it does work out, they've got him for pretty much peanuts. So at the very worst, I'd say they've got a half decent backup quarterback. If they may as well say to him, we'll give you $1 million or $2 million or whatever. Chances are you'll be sat behind the first choice, whoever that might be. Might be Jimmy Garoppolo if he becomes available. Wouldn't surprise me if they go back in for him. Knows the playbook. Probably be able to get him on a lower end of the budget as well. Their biggest issue is their salary cap. They haven't got any. They've got to rectify that going into the next couple of seasons. Otherwise, they might find themselves just slipping down, especially with the Dolphins. Dolphins are sitting there, the Bills are like, we've overtaken you. This is our time now. Now the Dolphins are looking at them going, And just as the Bills overtake them, we're going to shove a digit right up their bumholes and fucking steal their lunch money. Take it, you little bastards. Give the Patriots a good fingering up the cornhole. That's what the Dolphins are waiting to do, mate. They're going to shove their fins so far up there, they're going to be coughing up seawater, mate. Honestly, it's going to be grim. I think it could be quite grim for the Patriots in the next couple of years. Bill Belichick knows that too. He's just kind of looked at it like.
That's why
Glad I started doing those Subway adverts, mate. Fucking hell.
That's why I said he needs to retire, so that way his.
No, he will die a head coach. He will die. By the way, your boy Josh McDaniels, right? Fuck off, okay? Like, he's okay.
Look at what he did with him.
Do you know what, right? Everyone's creaming in and going, oh, Josh McDaniels, he's so good. Yeah, when he had fucking Brady and Gronkowski and Edelman and fucking Wes Welker, anyone could play well with that. And just because he got fucking, I think it was like 7 wins out of Tim Tebow, everyone's like, oh my God, Josh McDaniels is like the greatest fucking, oh, he's so fucking, such good shit. And it's like, if he takes over as head coach, they're not going anywhere. Yeah, he knows the playbook, he knows the style, but he ain't Belichick, mate. He's a good offensive coordinator, he should stay there. He's fine. They rectified a lot of the stuff with Cam Newton, and he was impressive. But again, the qualifier, it's the fucking New York retards. Okay? You're no longer the Jets. You are now the retards. Okay?
Hey, I will say
D. And someone should be shouting D every game because there is no. Where is the D? There is no D. Why are you even bothering putting players out there to try and stop anyone? Just fucking die 180-0 every week and just get it over and done with. Dude, if anything needs a lethal injection, it's not Donald Trump. It's this fucking franchise.
Oh, wow. I will say that Brashad Perriman...
How did SMU get the death penalty, but the Jets are fine? Give them the death penalty. Quite literally. Stick them on a chair. Time to go to sleep, Timmy. Useless. Fucking Jets, mate. Honestly, they are sat there. Do you know what? Jets fans are going to go crazy when they see this. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I was watching this and I thought, do you know what? Fair play, Jets. Fair play. You're a fucking terrible team. You've turned up, you've played well. Oh, wait. 12 men lined up for a... How do you not know the most basic principles of football? Even a fucking... My mum probably knows that you're only allowed... Maybe my mum would have been like, why is there like an extra player on the field? Because they're twats, because they're retards, because they're terminally ill children who have mental deficiencies who somehow have found their way onto a football field. Fuck you. Joe Flacco literally was AIDS last season for the Broncos. And yet you thought in your right mind, oh, better give him some money. He'll do well for us. Did you not see what happened last year when he was running around like a Down syndrome fucking motorcyclist accident victim? Jesus Christ. What are you doing with your lives? And then he turns into the fucking second coming of fucking, Joe Flacco from the Super Bowl for about 3 quarters. And then in the 4th quarter, he goes back to being fucking Timmy Mallett again. Fucking Jets, mate. How bad do the Patriots have to be the Jets by a field goal as well? Can we just execute this? Seriously, right? That's not fair. This should be 2 teams allowed to play in this division. They shouldn't even be allowed to play anymore. Get rid of the Pats, get rid of the Jets, get rid of the Giants, right? Fucking Make-A-Wish, Washington, fuck it, execute them as well. Can't even bother with a nickname. Can we just... They're talking about having more teams in the playoffs. Is that to compensate for all the retards? Why? Don't bother. Just fucking... Do you know what we should do? We should have a relegation principle. Right, you guys, you have to play college next season. You're all in the SEC. Go on, off you go. Off you go. Fuck off. Keep the fucking Jets to the curb, mate. Seriously, I'd be more than happy to fucking promote Notre Dame. Stick Notre Dame in there instead.
That would be funny as fuck.
Seriously, if I'm Notre Dame right now, I'm thinking, God, we'd have our more chances against the Jets. Do you remember when the Browns were fucking really awful, this bad? And everyone said that, oh, they should put them against Alabama. And everyone was like, how dare you insult the NFL? They would rinse the... Honestly, maybe they would. I don't care. Play it anyway. I don't give a shit. Honestly, Notre Dame with all those big tight ends rinsing the Jets D. What a joke. What a fucking way to end week fucking, what was it, week 9? Week
9. 9. Week 9. Rashad Perriman did put in a good shift for the Jets. And he did make a couple of cornerbacks look like they were nice skates.
Frank Gore, come and retire at the Broncos or something. Don't do this to yourself, Frank. You deserve better than this, right? Frank could be at home right now, sipping on a pina colada, having a good time in his mansion, and instead he thinks he can, for some reason, he thinks he can revive the Jets, right? Do you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of, like, you know, you ever seen, like, The Green Mile, okay? And he gets electrocuted at the end of the film, spoiler alert. And he just, you know, he reminds me of one of the wardens there. Just, he sees the good in the Jets. Doesn't matter how rapey or how fucking awful they are. They might have molested 5,000 kids, but Frank Gore's like, I see the good in you, Jets, and I will stay here, and I will help you, and I will run for you, and I'll run forever. And you just think, like, I can see him singing, I will run forever for the New York Jets. He's like Puff Daddy out there, man. He just won't let it go. He just think, no, Frank, just let it go, Frank. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. There's too much for you to do, Frank Gore. You just leave it, Frank. Just leave it. Call this podcast out. Just leave it, Frank. Don't even call it like Sly Fox Sports or NFL Week, whatever. Just call it. Just leave it. Just leave it.
We need to tag Frank Gore.
I don't want to have to see Frank Gore's name in the obituaries because he's just finally had enough. Like, I don't want to see that. I love Frank Gore, man. He is the man.
We'll have to get a hold of Frank and his publicist and try and get him onto this podcast and try to.
Frank Gore is a tank, and at this point, he's a tank that's had his tracks blown off, that he's stuck in a ditch, and he's just still trying to chug it out. And we can still fire a tank shell, and it's like, just please, Frank, let it go. Let it go, Frank. You're better than this, mate. Your legacy is intact. You don't need to do this. You just don't, Frank. You're ruining your legacy. Stop it. Stop it, Frank. It's terrible. Seriously. You're like Sting. You never let go, bro. You just keep coming back. Sting the singer or the wrestler, either.
Oh, shit. All right, folks. That was... My God.
Frank.
Go away, Frank.
Yeah.
Stay home.
For the love of Christ, get out while you still have your legs. Get out and go to a team. Go to the fucking.
The thing is, though,
Florida's not that far south. Go to the Jaguars or something. Pick up a payday and catch some fucking. Go and play with Luton and feel like a man.
The thing with Perriman was he was starting with the Ravens, and then the Ravens cut him.
In now, is he? To be fair,
the Ravens cut him. Then he went to the Browns. Browns cut him, and now he's with the Jets. He's making the
Jets are literally 2010 TNA. That's where everyone goes to die, is the Jets. When there's nothing left. When there's nothing left. You can't play for WWE, the big boys, anymore. You can't go abroad and play for NJPW. It's TNA or bust, mate. It's either that or you go to the Indies, a.k.a. D-Leagues and indoor football. That's it. That's it. The Jets is where you go. The Jets is where you go if the indoor football league won't have you.
Or the CFL.
Hey,
the Canadians.
Hey, don't be taking a piss out of CFL. Eh? We've got a longer field and we've got some great Tim Hortons. Eh? Some great advertisement. And do you know what? We can play football just as well as the others.
Don't you forget about that bounce rule there. You know, you can hit the ground and then you can catch it out the bounce.
Don't forget we've got less downs and a longer field. Eh? We're basically rugby league with some slapstick hockey. Eh? Yeah, that's right. You leave that CFL alone, eh?
Well,
there you go, Perryman. Get your ass to fucking Canada, mate. Light it up. 150 yards receiving per game against the Vancouver Willies or whatever they're called.
Vancouver Willies.
The Vancouver Cockucks. Cockucks. I don't know, fucking whatever. We'll come up with some names. I'm out of material. Leave it, Frank. Right. Leave it. Fuck's sake, Frank. You're better than this, Frank. By the way, put money on Frank Gore to score a touchdown tonight. Let me down as well. Leave it, Frank. And also, where's my £5, Frank?
Where's my £5?
I fucking. You ever do see this, Frank Gore? You are the fucking man.
Walk up to
seriously.
Him like
come
Brian.
to the Broncos, mate, and retire in style.
Walk up to Frank Gore like Brian.
By the way, I didn't get a chance to say this. Philip Lindsay, you fucking lightweight. Fuck you. Piss me off. But seriously, leave it, Frank. Leave it.
Leave it. All right.
It's over, Frank. It's over, Frank. Let it go. Do you know what Frank Gore is, right? It's when you go down a pub, yeah, and some geezer's giving you the fucking chat. You know, you go to the sports bar, as you Yankees probably say, and some geezer's giving it the chat. He wants to fucking start a bit of roar. You go, come on in, motherfucker, let's take it outside. No, just leave it, Frank. Just leave it. It's not worth it, Frank. It's not worth it. And that's what it is. Frank Gore won't leave it alone. He's got to start a fight with everyone who disses his team. He's like, don't you talk about my Jets like that, motherfucker. Just leave it, Frank. Just leave it.
He will literally rinse you. Come back. Come back, Frank.
Frank, leave it. Leave it. It's not worth it. It's Frank versus the world out there, man. What a pro.
All right, folks.
He better get in the Hall of Fame just for playing for this shit fucking dumb stuff on.
Leave a comment down below if you have something to say. Like,
if you're a Jets
subscribe.
fan, well, you probably don't even know how to access the internet, so fuck this.
Follow us
Magic box, they go spooky. Fucking morons, honestly.
Follow us on Twitter at Sly Fox Sports Pod.
Yeah.
Follow
myself.
myself.
Follow us on Twitter. We've only got 18 followers, and I'm tweeting my nuts off of you, friends. Get involved. We got Mad Gift Game. I've got videos on there. I'm gonna start posting fucking nudes, mate. I'm gonna go through, find some fucking hot female athletes, and just chuck them on there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Follow Mr. Nick.
Especially Sandy McGarver.
Aaron Nick's design.
Oh. Sandy, call me. Call me.
Okay, and then if you want to follow my,
get your own fucking fancy footballer.
If you want to follow,
Sandy McGarver, call me.
J Miller 911419. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hopefully.